Hello, hello, my brothers and sisters. This is Garrett Bake, your situational expert, and welcome to another episode of your Daily Armor. Today's topic: it's always easier to aim when you have a bullseye. So, when I was working on the SWAT team, right, I had a lot of cool training opportunities, like a lot of cool ones. I learned how to use and deploy most weapons that patrol officers or regular street cops never get a chance to play around with. So one of those was a taser. Now, I know now everybody carries a taser, and in fact, most people are like, everybody on the street should have a taser. Get it, right? But when I first started, tasers were not in everyone's hand. So I was legitimately lucky enough to be one of the first few that got to use a taser on my department. And on one instance, I actually had the chance to deploy with it, right? So it's cool to have all the weapons. Most of the time, most of the weapons you don't ever use. Every now and then you do, and it's really cool when you get that chance. So I'll never forget this experience, right? We get called out to a trailer. There's a guy that's threatening suicide with a weapon. When I arrived, right, the rest of the team was gathering at the same time, and the commander started to make assignments, right? You hear. And we had something called an immediate action team, right? Which is the first 4 or 5 guys. They're the primary team. There's one guy that's giving verbal instructions, or one guy that has lethal protection, and then probably a couple of guys that have less lethal protection, and then usually somebody that's handcuffed or something like that. So during this initial group, I was tasked with being less lethal, which a taser is. So I was tasked with a taser. And it was real simple. If he comes out and he's not complying, then tase him. Like, that's it. Everyone else had their job. That was my job. And I only had to focus on my job. So we set up next to a patrol car and started to issue commands. He wasn't listening, so we got a megaphone. Kept telling him, hey, come out, and that kind of stuff. He would come out a couple times, but we'd get a couple of these, and then he'd go back inside. And back out, screw you and your mother too, and back inside. So it was obvious that this guy was intoxicated. The order came, hey, if he comes out next time and his hands are free, like, tase him. Like, that's what we're going to do. I'm like, cool. So he comes out again, he gives us the bird, and he does one of these down like this. He's doing this. And so we decide, boom, we're going to move towards him. So we start moving towards him, and as we're moving towards him, I get my taser out. It's got a nice little red dot. I turn it on. And where does that red dot hit? Right in the center chest. But here was the funniest part, right? He had a black shirt on with a red bullseye on it. Like literally a bullseye right in the center of his chest that was just begging for me. So what do you think happened next? Yeah, that's right. He quit complying, pulled the trigger, nailed him in the bullseye, and he dropped. Right? We were able to handcuff him and take him into custody without any issues. So here's the thing, right? Afterwards, we're debriefing this, and nobody could keep a straight face because, like, this never happens, right? You're never going to get an opportunity like that. They all laughed, right? They're like, you're cheating. This is too easy. But I started to think about it afterwards, and this is what I started to think about. Whenever in my life I've had a target, right, something that I was specifically aiming for, the odds of me hitting it became that much greater. Like, I knew exactly what I was going after, right? You got to think of this like a shotgun and a sniper rifle, right? A shotgun. If you've ever shot a shotgun, it usually shoots pellets out, right? And these pellets, hundreds of pellets, just get sprayed out. Now, is there a likelihood that it will hit the target? Well, yeah, but it's going to be minimally effective, meaning you're only going to get a couple and it's not going to do a lot of damage, right? It's just going to spray out. A sniper rifle, on the other hand, one round, right? And it's got a scope on it that allows you to zero in on the target, and it is lethal from a much greater distance. One shot, you would hit your target. So ask yourself, do you like to play life with a shotgun or with a sniper rifle? Meaning, are you going after your goals, just spraying and praying, as they say, trying to hit anything and everything you can, hoping that you eventually hit your target with enough rounds that it causes some type of damage? Or do you have a sniper rifle? You know exactly what you're going after, You know exactly what it looks like, and literally it is one shot and you hit your target. I will tell you that there is a huge difference. And consider that if you are using the shotgun approach, you're wasting time, you're wasting ammunition, and odds are you're never going to hit your target. So, use a sniper rifle. Know exactly what it is that you're going after, right? Pinpoint it, and then let all the distractions go and go right after it. Well, that is it for today. Need you to do a couple things. Like and share this. I need you to subscribe to this page. Whoa, I knocked this thing over. Subscribe to this page and comments. Leave comments. I love comments. All right? And then follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Warrior Guardian. Got some cool stuff going on over there. Finally, stay safe. And we'll see you